This is the Twins POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Minnesota Twins. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's going on back in the lab? Back at another Twins POSTCAST right here, Locked On Sports Minnesota Network, your team every day. As Taj Bradley looks strong with 9 Ks tonight, but the Twins, they fall apart late. They drop game 2, final score versus Texas tonight, 4-2. We got your full deep dive coming up right now. Thanks for tuning in. You got me, Luke Inman, at Luke_Spinman. Got my main man, Theo Tollefson. Give him a follow on X, at Theodore Tollef1, Twins expert over at Zone Coverage MN. And as always, can't say it enough, go check out Brandon Warren, all the daily Twins content over at Locked On Twins podcast each and every day. 4-2, that's your final, 69-90 now on the year. Lots to get into. What can we learn from Taj Bradley's gem tonight, plus what we love, what we hated. Also got the nerdy stat of the day, Rocco report. But first, Theo, let's just jump right in to tonight's biggest turning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
All right, so tied up 1 apiece. Taj Bradley gets pulled after 6, and we'll get into it. Gorgeous innings. In comes Travis Adams. He can only manage 2 outs after giving up 3 runs on 3 hits. That kind of busted things wide open late. But you tell us, walk us through it. In your eyes, biggest turning point tonight. When was it and why?
Yeah, it was that bad outing for Travis Adams, unfortunately, but let's give credit to Taj Bradley for going toe-to-toe against one of the greatest pitchers that we've seen in the last decade in Jacob deGrom and getting an extra inning of work over him. So that's really impressive to take there. But yeah, bad outing for Travis Adams once again, and that really is the separator here.
Was there a Rocco report? Was there a favorite or least favorite move or sequence or decision out there from our guy Rocco Baldelli tonight?
Not really. I think he did the best he could with the situation and, just getting bullpen arms that haven't thrown in a few days and just getting them out there and get some live action. So, I mean, he made the decisions he did and nothing really would have changed anything. I mean, aside from putting Adams in when you did, but it is what it is.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Kind of deja vu, honestly, when you think back to last night, as we did pretty much for the whole show. We showered Zebby Matthews with all the love. He had maybe his best outing ever. And then tonight, watching Taj Bradley go out and dominate, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 6 innings, plus the 9 Ks to add to his resume, and it's kind of funny too, by the way. It wasn't the first batter of the game, but just like Zebby, his only run allowed was a solo shot. Tonight it was in the 4th inning, not the first. But what'd you love from him tonight? What was really working, I guess, with his stuff from what you saw?
I mean, everything with his pitches. I mean, he's trying to make every single one of his 4 pitches a strikeout pitch, and I feel like we saw a good, effective way of that here tonight, and really just a great way to end the season. Only mistake was that home run to Smith there in the top of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th inning there. Otherwise, everything was in sequence. He was really locked in, pitching a great game, and that's exactly what they needed for another young starter who will more than likely be a lock-in for the rotation next year, but who has had some up and down results all season, both here and with the Rays. And now to have an outing like this to end the season on and build off of into the offseason is good.
When you see what it can look like, right, like it did tonight, what kind of similar question to that I asked you with Zebby, just because 2 very similar performances back-to-back nights. They both had 90 pitches too, by the way. But what kind of floor, what kind of ceiling do you think he can have, I guess, in this league? And, some people, kind of tuned out after they gutted the roster, right? Twins fans, that may be. They're still trying to figure out who Taj Bradley is. When he's at his best like he was tonight, what's kind of the scouting reports say as far as, biggest strengths, biggest weaknesses, stuff like that?
I would say his biggest strengths is, again, his pitch mixes and how he's able to make that effective strikeout pitches. But when he's not landing them in the zone, that's when it gets to be a bit of an issue. And that's where I know those walk rates can really come back to haunt him. Fortunately, that wasn't the case here tonight. And just, bad pitch location for 1 home run, which ended up being a solo shot. So you take that for what it is, and it's not too terrible. This is a guy who's probably going to be a middle of the rotation guy for most of his career. He kind of already has been that with the Rays and the 400-plus innings he put him to work with them over the last 3 years, and now he's going to do that here with the Twins. So, again, I would say he's definitely a lock for the rotation next season, opening day, no matter what, but there are still some things for him to work on. and we'll see how those things turn out for him. And hopefully he can have what will hopefully be his best season in the majors so far next year in 2026.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Was there a favorite sequence or a favorite at bat or a favorite inning even from him out there tonight that really, made you say, wow, that was solid. That was impressive for such a young kid still in the early stages of his development. You love to see what you saw.
I mean, first time through the order up until former Twin Michael Hellman got a double off him. So I think honestly just getting a couple strikeouts in those first 2 innings and kind of building off that. One pesky hitter who's really knows how to attack pitchers and work the zone to his favor. And I've seen a lot of baseball played by Michael Hellman over the last few years, and he is one of those types of guys. And it's good he's getting a major league opportunity. It sucks it's not with the Twins, but you kind of know what to expect from him jumping on pitchers once he is, especially if he's heading towards the bottom of the lineup and he sees his teammates go through each at bat. I mean, he's going to be making those attacks like he did there on Bradley. So, first time through the order, settling back in, 1 bad home run, and 6 full innings, run baseball. You got to take it and just tip your cap to the kid for doing so well.
I know you touched on this at the top, but, again, 4 games left on the schedule. So that's his last start. What type of, momentum does that do for such a young kid, right? He's not a veteran, he's a young kid to end the year on such a high note. Knowing, again, like you kind of pointed out, he's going to be in the meat grinder, probably be on the starting roster, but he's going to be in the meat grinder with, 5, 6 other arms for, a consistent spot in that rotation, I guess.
Yeah. And I think that's, a good place to be. I think as we touched on it last night, I'm in the camp that one of Joe Reiner or Pablo Lopez is going to be traded. Right. And with that, Bailey Ober, Simeon Woods Richardson, and Taj Bradley looked like the 3 guys behind whichever one doesn't get moved to be locked into this rotation no matter what going into 2026. So, again, I think with Abel, Matthews, Andrew Morris, even next spring training, and Festa, we don't know what his I mean, he did get Botox. That's what he's going to get. So it's going to be in his neck. So it's going to be the lesser of 2 setbacks for the options that he had with his thoracic outlet syndrome diagnosis. So that's encouraging, but I think because of that injury being so unpredictable for pitchers and you can never put a clear timeline of return or how they're able to handle the workload after getting such a bizarre and career-ending injury for most pitchers. I mean, I kind of pencil Festa in as a reliever moving forward just because of that. So that's where, Bradley has a more of a locked-in place to be within this rotation next year.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Even in a loss, even though it's pretty obvious, trying to stay with the positives, your official game MVP from tonight's 4-2 loss, who was it and why?
Taj Bradley. I mean, I feel like that's going to be the routine here for the next few days as we're unwinding the season. Just great starting pitching and no offense showing up to really help. I mean, Buxton started there with the home run to lead off the game, but after that, it was kind of absent to really not provide the run support that they needed like they got last night for Zebby. So, it is what it is there.
Plenty more deep dive. Don't go anywhere. Biggest pros, biggest cons from tonight. That's all coming up right after this. Quick reminder, tonight's episode brought to us by FanDuel. The NFL season, it's here. They're making sure you're ready for kickoff with this can't-miss offer right now. New customers, you bet just $5. If your bet wins, you're getting $300 in bonus bets guaranteed. Well, I love FanDuel. They got everything, literally. Player props, same-game parlay, even jumping in live as the action unfolds, my favorite. You name it, they got it. So quick, so easy. Best way to add a little bit more enthusiasm, a little bit more excitement to your Sundays. Are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app. Visit FanDuel.com today to get started. That's FanDuel.com. You're getting $300 in bonus bets guaranteed when you win your first $5 wager. All right, biggest pros, biggest cons tonight. Let me just kick it off with Byron Buxton. I mean, you just kind of ended segment 1 with Byron, but 30-second home run, career high, 78th RBI, career high, leads off the game, sets the tone, right, with the bomb to make it 1-0, give him a little juice. I'm kind of running out of words to describe just how amazing it's been to watch this guy stay healthy and put together the season he's had.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. What game was that for him tonight? Let me just double check. I think he's officially at 120 now. 123. Okay.
And
4 games left.
Yeah.
Let's just say, knowing how his schedule is 3 out of 4, and if he plays all 4, fantastic. Second most career games played in a season and career highs in almost every other category for him this year. So it's phenomenal. I mean, what else can we say just to see this type of season for Byron Buxton, and hopefully he can, repeat this many games again next season, hopefully a little more, let's say 135, maybe 140 again, like he had back in 2017. But yeah, I mean, this is the guy you're going to build the offense around for the foreseeable future. So do what you can to support him.
You mentioned second most games in his career. What'd you say? Back to 2017? Is that the most? I mean, so we're talking, we're talking, I mean, 7, 8 seasons since he's been able to rattle off this many consistent games, game in and game out. Absolutely. Biggest failure tonight goes to who or what, I guess, in your opinion?
I mean, I don't know if I would really put anything as a failure when it's just the same old stuff we've been seeing for the last 2 months.
We're numb to it now, aren't we? We're just numb to it.
Yeah. I mean, another pro that we haven't really talked about much on this show. So with the Twins being as bad they are helping themselves get into a better situation for the draft lottery in December. So they are going to be very likely to get a top 5 pick, hopefully, depending how the draft lottery rolls out. But with how the simulations are on Tankathon, and I will put the link on the chat here. But pretty much this is a website where you can sim the lottery and see where things kind of play out. So I just sim it right now, and the Twins are the number 1 overall pick. And with them losing tonight, the Pirates winning, they kind of put themselves in a better position to get that number 1 overall pick here in the 2026 drafts. So, I mean, that is one of the very few things we can still root for at this point with the losing games is they are going to have a better chance of getting the number 1 overall pick in draft lottery odds. And if things finish how they are right now, they are set to be number 2 if there wasn't, just because of how the new CBA kind of ruled that out.
Oh, so you're saying the floor is 2. It's not something goofy like all of a sudden.
It could be 6 or 7, but like the floor will be 6 or 7. Yeah.
Okay. Are we close? Is it close? Like, should we be secretly hoping? Oh my gosh, I hope they lose out here. I mean, like with Pittsburgh, you said, is it with Pittsburgh? You kind of vying for the most lottery ping pong balls, so to speak.
Yeah. So that is something to root for. I mean, me personally, the more.
I mean, how close is it though? Like, how tight's the race?
A game.
It's one game.
The Pirates winning put the Twins a game behind them, so that put them up a spot. So the Pirates were number 2 today in the draft lottery. So them winning moves them down to 3.
Probably way too early. I'm such an NFL draft nut, though. Is it like a top-heavy draft like it was 2 years ago with the Walker Jenkins? Hey, you get a top. You get one of these. Is there a Jackson Holiday type of, number 1 clear cut with a bullet kind of dude out there? I guess prospect.
It's way too early. Even for the draft gurus who are paying attention to this sort of stuff, these kids are not going to be playing their seasons until February, or at least starting them. So I never really take any. Put any stock in who the draft class is. There might be some names all the people who do this for a living know about, but for me, it's just like
crapshoot right now.
So much can change between now and May when their seasons are winding down and really elevates things. So yeah, I mean, the higher the pick, the better, obviously, especially in any draft class. You definitely want to have that, except maybe like 2014 and 1991 are the 2 that stand out in mind, where number 1 overall picks never made it to the majors, and this is the only league where you're going to get a number 1 overall pick who may never make it. So,
stupid question again. NFL draft nerd. Teams trade out of the number 1 spot or number 2 spot all the time. I don't see that in baseball the past couple years.
No, so everything is locked in except for competitive balance picks. So those are after the first round, usually like 30th in the 30 range. So. Very early in the season, the Brewers and Red Sox did a trade. So the Red Sox sent starter Quinn Priester, who's really been good for the Brewers, and then the Brewers traded one of their comp picks for him, along with I want to say like a couple other prospects. So pretty much you can trade after the first round. Pretty much first round picks are locked in for everyone. You cannot change or trade those away, but competitive balance picks are available for teams to now move. Which
so
is,
after the first round, fair game. After the first round, would you like to see that though? Don't you think that would add a little bit more excitement?
No,
too much.
No, it's too much. Yeah.
Nerdy stat of the day. Give me some sort of, whatever, crazy stat, fun analytic, Twins related from tonight.
They moved up in the draft lottery. We'll just go with that. It's been a very long 2 months. You can't blame me for being on top of.
No, not at all. You've been grinding with the Saints, and obviously, games like this too. Sometimes, I mean, honestly, I give it to you guys. You, Sweet Lou, CJ. It's tough in a game like this to find a fun analytic Twins related.
Yeah.
Like that. No harm, no foul tonight. Twins drop game 2, despite again a strong night from Taj Bradley. 9 Ks, 1 earned run, 6 innings. That was the thing of beauty. 4-2. That was your final. 67-90 now. That's the Twins record on the year. 4 games left. You got to go check out all Theo's work. Give him a follow on X at Theodore Tall F1, plus all the work he's always putting up over at zonecoveragemn.com. And I'll say it one more time. Quick reminder, go check out our guy Brandon Warren. All the daily Twins content you can handle over on the Locked On Twins podcast each and every day. Luke Inman at Luke_Spinman. Game 3 tomorrow. That's a 1:35 first pitch. We got Bailey Ober back on the mound. We'll catch you right here. Until next time, signing out.